A Dallas man is charged with murder for shooting and killing an unarmed robber he believed was attacking two dollar store employees. Hello, everybody. I'm Heather Hayes.
And I'm Steve Eager. It's 9 o'clock. After the shooting, he stayed on the scene, waited for the police to come and spoke with police. Dallas police tell us Kevin Jackson was legally carrying the gun he used to shoot and kill Philip Betts inside a Family Dollar on South Lancaster Road last night. He told police he was worried about the safety of the two female employees who were being attacked. Fox 4's David Santandri is live with a look at the murky legal situation surrounding this shooting. David.
Yes, Steve and Heather, the murder charge raises questions about when witnessing a violent crime, when is it appropriate to step in and use deadly force? 47-year-old Kevin Jackson Sr. is facing a murder charge after Dallas police say he shot and killed a suspected shoplifter who was fighting two women working inside Family Dollar's Lancaster Road location in Oak Cliff Tuesday night.
And the murder charge is what fit the elements of the offense.
According to an arrest affidavit, a female assistant manager recognized Philip Betts as someone who frequently steals. She asked Betts to leave and to return stolen items from his coat.
He came into the store and he began to commit what we call theft offense.
According to the affidavit, Betts tried to leave with the items, but the woman took his backpack. Betts briefly stepped outside but returned, striking her multiple times with his fists. Another female employee intervened by spraying Betts with mace and trying to get him to leave.
They began fighting.
Jackson, who police say is not connected to anyone involved, walked in and noticed the fight, and after watching for a moment, pulled out his firearm, told the women to move, and fired a single shot, which killed Betts.
Was that a legal gun?
Yeah, it was a legal gun.
You know, just from looking at it, this guy was going about his business at the store and saw something that alarmed him, and he took action based on something that he really perceived was necessary at that time.
Former prosecutor, now criminal defense attorney Robert Rogers, who's not connected to this case, argues it may have been legal for Jackson to shoot Betts.
Based on the facts as I read them in this affidavit, I believe that's a clear robbery where the person is starting to use force to enable him to complete the offensive theft.
Dallas police confirm it labels the initial offense as a robbery. Jackson, who does not have a criminal history, according to Fox 4's search of court records, waited for police to arrive. He agreed to an interview at headquarters. He said he was concerned for the safety of the two women and aimed for Betts' leg. It's unclear where Betts was hit.
Then it's going to be up to a grand jury to decide whether they believe self-defense applies clearly, or if they believe there's probable cause that it doesn't apply and that it should go to trial.
According to the affidavit, surveillance footage shows Betts running toward the door while being hit by both women before Jackson told them to move and shot Betts.
Just know that at the time of the shooting, there was no imminent danger for a deadly force confrontation. I just want.
A Family Dollar employee who tells Fox 4 he cannot speak on camera says plywood replacing windows on the business highlights previous burglaries, adding people regularly shoplift and there are many safety concerns. Some customers agree.
That same reason is why I stay inside after dark. People get kind of desperate when they want to get their stuff.
No weapons were found on Betts, according to police, but they do tell us those stolen goods were found on him. As for Jackson, he is in the Dallas County Jail. His bond amount is set at $100,000. Steve, Heather, back to y'all.